Hatapu, hatapu, heru nefer, heru nefer. So glad that you're here and that you're here with us and that we're in this space together. Hatep, meaning peace, and heru nefer, meaning good day. It is a very auspicious day for us, wonderful day to be together, a great day to do some Tai Chi Chuan and some Qigong, some breathing. So as usual, we're going to start it off with our Shiasha, our bow, showing mutual respect for ourselves, the masters that have gone before us, and the ancestors. And then we'll slide right into Asar Stance. From Asar Stance, we'll move into the Qigong. And there we'll get into our Tai Chi exercises, which develop and cultivate the body and strengthen you for the movements. Then we'll get into the Qigong. Again, there's a little tiny piece at the end. After that, we'll do some Tai Chi walking today. And then we'll get into the form. Once the form is done, and today we'll be going all the way to parry and punch, okay? So if we got a couple of newbies in here, it's awesome, join us. Don't worry about the kind of slightly uncomfortable feeling. This is where we are right now as a group. So you'll be able to move up with us and join and check out our YouTube channel and slide right in. It'll be nice and easy for you. All right. We'll get into our wisdom from the sages of the ages. And we will then close out. But since we're here right at the top, I want to be able to have y'all so you can see this is one of the primary texts that we use. We are using this Tai Chi Chuan is taught by our great grandmaster, Dalu. This is the first book, Tai Chi Chuan and I Ching. Okay, this is the paperback. Okay, so this is the first book. So if you're doing the short form, which is what we're doing right now, this is where you want to start. If you're intermediate practice with us, been with you a while, this is one you want to have for your reference and support. Just throwing that out there so you know. And then here's another book by Grandmaster Dalu called Tai Chi Chuan and Meditation, which is an additional book which we get into when we get folks into the more intermediate advanced part of the class. Want to have those out there. I'll be sharing those across our social media so you'll have direct access to how to get the least expensive but best quality copies should you be interested in following up. Now, the book is helpful. It's not going to be as helpful as the videos or the class, the live class, like those of you that are here with us now. The book is helpful. The book is more like reference, backup, and for you to do additional research, okay? Because the beauty of this art is we're here twice a week. However, the goal is for you to get doing this every day. So the more you do it, the better it gets for you in terms of your health, your longevity, and your well-being. And with that, let's get started. All right, stand on up. All right, so we're gonna get to it. Want to have your feet together, forming a 90-degree angle. The knees are unlocked. Okay. All right. I want them here, like so. Bottom is tucked. Shoulders relaxed, head level. Let's get a couple of breaths right here. And again, we do nasal breathing only, and you're using the bellows breathing, meaning as you breathe in, you push the stomach out. As you breathe out, you pull the stomach in. All right? Into pyramid hands. And we bow in. We say to all the masters that have gone before us, we bow. Teacher to student, student to teacher. Pyramid hands again. I'm going to shift all the weight to the right, up on the left toes. You're going to step to the left a little wider than shoulders width, heel first. Balance the weight between the legs. Sit down, tuck the bottom. Open the hands up into the Asar Stance position. All right. You want to see your legs as the roots of a tree extending down into the earth. You want to see your torso as the tree trunk. You want to see your arms as the branches of the tree, and your hands are the leaves. So they are light and agile and vital. Your head is balanced on top of the spine, level, as if sitting on top of a little bobblehead is sitting there level with a golden thread that extends up into the heavens. So again, go through the whole body. And this is what we call the beginning of the Asar. Okay? So again, we're here. Legs are seen as the roots of the tree extending down into the earth. The torso is the tree trunk. Arms are the branches. Hands are the leaves. The head is balanced with the golden thread extending into the heavens. Close the eyes. Lightly clench the jaws. Just have the teeth touching. You want the tongue at the roof of the mouth as if you're saying the letter L. All right, we're going to do our bellows breathing. We're going to work to 20 breaths. Here we go. Hold the position, keep going. Let's get a little lower for 4 breaths. Pyramid hands. Going to shift all the way to the right and slide the left foot into Wu Chi position. Balance the weight. The hands come down. We shake it out, opposite hand, opposite leg. All right, back in the Wu Chi position. Pyramid hands. Shifting all the way to the right, you come up on the left toes. Stepping to the left, a little wider than shoulders width, heel first. Balance the weight, sit down, tuck the bottom. Opening the hands up so the palms are up. This is called holding the golden orbs. It's a ball of golden white light like the sun in the palm of each hand. The toes, knees, and hands are all pointing the same direction. 2 breaths. Rotate the palms so they're facing the ground. The wrists are higher than the elbows. Hands are relaxed. You want to see the energy coming up from the earth through the legs, filling the legs, around the spine, wrapping around the spine 4 times, coming up through the back and shoulders, out the arms and down the fingers. That's what you want to visualize. 2 breaths. This position is called oneness. Chin down as we breathe into the turtle. We breathe out, bending forward from the waist and what we call the drawbridge. Make sure the chin is tucked and the back is flat. Point the hands between the legs for 2 breaths. Into oneness. 2 breaths. This movement is called rabbit through the chute. You're going to reach back behind the kidneys as you bend down on the knees. Straighten the legs. Do not lock the knees as you're breathing in. The hands come up no higher than the center of the forehead, and you exhale. The hands come straight down the front of the body. Inhale. Exhale. Bottom stays tucked. We're not bending over, not leaning forward. Right on top of the body. into oneness. This next movement we call elbows. So you're going to breathe in, elbows are here, out, bend the knees, in, you're holding a little ball in the hand, and out. In, out, in, out. All right, here we go. Remember, we're doing the bellows breathing. Pick up the pace. Slow it down. Into oneness. Right hand on top of left hand, palms up, thumbs touching, hands beneath the navel, arms and hands not touching the body. I'm going to rotate the left hand on top. Palms are facing each other. Arms and hands not touching the body. You want to see a ball of light like the sun in between the palms of the hands. 4 breaths. Into oneness. Into the turtle. Out to the drawbridge. Pointing the hands between the legs for 2 breaths. Into oneness. Pyramid hands. Shifting all the weight to the right, sliding the left foot in the Wu Chi position. Dropping the hands Shake it out, opposite hand, opposite leg. All right, Uchi position. All right, and then we go into feet parallel, shoulders width. Into the Ka position. So the elbows are right here. Bottom is tucked. 2 breaths, hands facing the head. Palms facing forward, 2 breaths. Shifting all the way to the right. Good, shifting all the way to the left. Pick up the right toes, pivot 45 degrees. Shift all the way to the right as you step down on the right foot, up on your left toes. Stepping forward, heel first with the left, turning all the weight forward on that left foot, shifting it all back to the right. The hands drop into position and the arms drop into position. This is the dua position. All the weight is on the right foot. 4 breaths. Make sure the bottom is tucked. Stepping back with the left, shifting all the weight, pivot on the right to front and center. The feet are straight and parallel, bringing the hands down. And we go into the gathering. Breathing in, out, in, and out. Want to push the hands out and around and down. Breathing in, the whole body rises. Into the chest and heart, and out. Feel the energy, the healing life force coming into the body. As you exhale, feel the tension relieve and leave the body. Feel every muscle as we're moving on the inhale and exhale. Check in with your body, make sure the head is level, make sure the bottom is tucked. Remember not to take the knees past the big toes, and do not lock your knees. All right, interlace the fingers, palms out, right at heart level. We're going to raise the hands towards the heavens. So you're going to come up on the balls of the feet as the hands come up. You're going to raise them up, then you're going to bring it down. And we do that 5 times. It goes from the heart above the head back to the heart. Here we go. 5 times. This is number 1. We're going to do it 8 times though. Let those hands come down. And now we're going to do a little tapping. Just turn the waist. Start right where the clavicle or the shoulder and the collarbone meet. Tap behind the kidneys. Then just work your way down the front of the body. You know, down to the liver, spleen, gallbladder, intestines, and bladder, and work our way back up. Make sure to turn your waist. Make sure to shift the weight and turn your waist, see? So your arms, it's not an arm movement, it's a whole body movement. All right. Slowly let your body get back. I want you to feel those muscles as they expand and contract. All right. So you're going to breathe in and take this right hand up. You're going to exhale and exchange hands. Inhale. Exhale. Using the bellows breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And remember, keep the shoulders relaxed. Let the arms move. We want to get the full range of motion. Inhale. So again, just do what you can do to the best of your ability. All right. It's not a contest. It's not a competition. Our goal is to get maximal range of motion and flexibility from doing these movements. And with continued effort and practice, sufficient hydration and water intake, excellent nutrition, you'll be able to get there and slowly improve your range of motion. So keeping the left arm up, breathing in, bring the right arm up. As you breathe out, turn to the right. Breathing in, turn to the left. Breathing out, front and center. As you breathe in, hands up. In a little more, hands further, in a little more. Fill the lungs with air. Stretch up. Turn to the right. Turn to the left. Front and center. Exhale. Right, you're going to reach in front of you, palms facing up, breathing in. Let the arms drop as you exhale. And let them drop. Breathing in. Out. Palms facing out. Let them drop. In. Out. All right. Now we're ready for swinging arms. So what you're going to do is you're going to come on the balls of the feet. This is all one motion. So I want you to see it's here, up onto the balls of the feet, the hand swing and full range of motion if you can get. You come down, the hands change direction. They're facing the back onto the heels. So it's up and back, up and back. Got it? Just swinging arms. Here we go. All right, let them swing as they stop. Let the friction stop them. Don't stop them on your own. Feel the contraction and expansion. Excellent. Now, sinking down. This movement is called opening the chest. You're going to straighten up, not lock the knees. The arms rise to the height of shoulders. Turn the hands to their face, they separate. Shoulder blades touch. Arch the neck if you can, the head back. And if you can, come back. And you come forward. Shoulders stay relaxed, palms down. And the hands come down. Got it? All right, I see head nods, awesome. We do this one 5 times. Sinking down, opening the chest and stretching the back. Last one. All right, shake it out, opposite hand, opposite leg. All right. Hopefully everyone's still feeling good, still with me. All right, now, feet parallel, shoulders width. Okay. Your hands are gonna be like this. We're gonna do the Tai Chi Walk. So turn so that your right leg is facing the camera. Hands are here. Want to get where you can see. You're going to tuck your bottom, feet are parallel, shoulders width. We always start with the left foot. So you're going to shift your weight to the right leg. Inhale, bringing the left foot up as high as you can. Stepping forward, not a long step. Keeping the feet shoulders width apart. Shift the weight. Inhale. Exhale. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. The hands out in front. All right, turn around. We're just doing a few steps. If you can go across your room, your living room, or your back room, or your front yard, or backyard, or patio, courtyard, wherever you have some space, you can go to. But if it's just 3 or 4 steps like I got here, and you go back and forth, it's enough. It's not how long you do it in terms of straight line steps. It's the practice that you get in. So if it's only just 2 or 3 steps, turn around 2 or 3 steps, that's okay. Here we go with the hands. One of the beauties of Tai Chi is it does not require a lot of space or a lot of special equipment. Shift the weight to the right, stepping left. Remember to keep the bottom tucked. And we're not taking long strides. We're not on the catwalk. So the feet don't have to be like we're walking, letting everybody see what our martial arts gear looks like, okay? Again, it's not like this, okay? We're not trying to get that going. That's not it, okay? We want the walk to be here. So the hips stay in line, okay? We're not trying to get that walk. I know we just passed Fashion Week, so some of us may be able to get that turn, but that's not what we're working on here. When we get our turn, it'll come a little bit later on. We want to be able to do it with power and control so that in the event that it happens in a martial setting, we're able to fill that person with wonder. So now, feet parallel, shoulders width. sinking down, sun rises over the mountain and the sun sets. This is a very peaceful movement, nice and easy. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. Watch the hands. I want you to see the arc in the hands. See the arc? Okay, the hands do not move. The arms move. The arms move because the legs move. So if you're rooted and tucked, your body is now one unit. And the goal for you is through this movement is to maintain it. So feel it. And that's why we're moving slowly. So you can feel every muscle. With each breath, you're feeling the muscles that support the breath in the bellows breathing, the pushing and the pulling of the abdomen. You feel the hands gliding through the air. The head is level. We're just going up and down, okay? Not to the side. I want you to see I'm not going any different direction, just straight up and straight down. All right. Shake it out, opposite hand, opposite leg. Right. Wu Chi position. Heels together from a 90-degree angle. We're going to do one other exercise, and then a couple other exercises actually that we're going to do in terms of moving the body with using a little footwork and moving the whole body so we can get used to the articulation and the weight shifting and how the joints move. Put the hands in pyramid hands, shifting the weight up on the left toe, stepping to the left, a little wider than shoulders width, heel first. Right in here, sit down. I'm gonna drop down that right hand beneath the navel. Left hand stays right in front. Take that left hand palm up, outward. Point the same direction as the knee and toe. We've done this before, all right? You're gonna shift all the weight to the right, turn the waist. Bring that left hand right across the eyes. See here, it's right across, turn. The palm drops down to heart level. You're gonna shift the weight back to the left, turn the waist. That turns the palm up naturally. Now you're gonna shift the weight back, and in doing so, that causes the hands to exchange. Brings this hand up here. You're gonna shift the weight and turn again. Again, notice it's right in front of the eyes. Palm down. You shift the weight and that brings it back. Palm up. Naturally, we come back, we exchange. Okay, this is called tracing the Tai Chi diagram, palm down. If you get lost in this, remember, the elbow is the guide, okay? You're always going the direction that the elbow is pointing. See here, we're headed back to the right. See the elbow, headed to the right. Elbow, headed to the left. So if you get lost, everything that you need, you have with you. Listen to your body. We're alternating from side to side, working our way down the body in a nice cascade. Starting from the bottom. And now we're here. We got one more cycle we're going to do. And stop here. Come to the center. Pyramid hands. And shift all the way to the right, slide that left foot into Wuchi. Hands down and shake it out. All right. Excellent. Feet parallel, shoulders width. Right hand, left hand. This is what we call wave hands like clouds. You're going to shift the weight to the right, turn the waist, exchange hands. See the elbow leads again. Exchange hands. Turn the waist, exchange. Let the hands glide and be light. This is called wave hands like clouds. The shoulders are relaxed. Feet are straight and parallel. For this one, it's just nice and easy. Just working on the hip flexors, the buttocks, of course, the thighs. And we're working to see how those shoulders stay relaxed. Even though we're moving, this is part of what we refer to as our dynamic tension. Okay. Bring it right back to the front and center, drop the hands and go into sunrises over the mountain and sunsets. And if you remember from last time, after this next one, we're going to go right into ward off right and left 4 breaths. So here we go. Shifting all the weight to the left, turn to the right, toe up. Hold for 4 breaths. Go to the left. Keep going. All right, shake it out, opposite hand, opposite leg real quick. Excellent. Feet parallel, shoulders width. We're gonna go 4 breaths to grass a bird's tail. Sinking down, sun rises. 4 breaths. Stepping back, pivot on that right heel, bring the hands down, sun rises. Again. All right, shake it out. Opposite hand, opposite leg. All right, feet parallel, shoulders width. Okay, here we go. Hope everybody's ready. We're going to go all the way to parry and punch. So check your feet, straighten parallel, sinking down, sun rises. Ward off. We know this, grasp the bird's tail. I'll call it out this first time. Roll the ball. Roll back. Press. Sink back, push. Pivot. Stir the cauldron. Single whip. Play guitar. Strike with elbow. Strike with shoulder. White crane spreads wings. Brush knee and push. Play guitar. Parry. Brush knee and push. Circle fist. Sweep into the parry. Step, pivot, punch. Excellent. Okay, shake it out. Feet parallel, shoulders width. Shake it out one more again. All right. I'm not going to call it out this time. We're going to flow all the way through it. Here we go. Sinking down. And don't worry about whether you get it. We're going to have the whole weekend to go through this. I'm not going to introduce anything new until next week, until after next week's session. So next Friday, we might see something new depending on how folks are looking. Looking good so far. Your practice determines how quickly we move. Folks have been very diligent thus far. All right. Once more. Sinking down and begin. All right. Shake it out. Opposite hand, opposite leg. Grab a seat. KhASA squat. All right. Right palm, left palm up, thumb and index finger resting on the thighs, or palm resting on, back of the hand resting on the thighs, palm up, thumb and index finger touching. You're gonna take that left hand like so, block off the left nostril, middle and index finger in the center of the forehead. Here we go, breathing in. Out. In. Out. In. And out. In. Out. Fire breath. Deep breath in. Out. Switching hands, no breath. Breathing in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Fire breath. Deep breath in. Release. Both hands palms up, nostrils only, breathing in. Thumb and index finger touching. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. out. Fire breath. Deep breath in. Chin down. Release. Palms down. In. Out through the mouth, cleansing breath. In through the nose. Out through the mouth, cleansing breath. In through the nose. Out through the nose. In. And out. Should notice both nostrils pulling the entire time. It's exactly what we need. Exactly what we need. All right. So today, coming from the wisdom from the sages of the ages. Today we have Present Moment, Wonderful Moment, book about mindfulness from Thich Nhat Hanh. And specifically today, what we're going to do is we started last time we did washing our hands, because that's something that we all do every day. And so today, because we brought back Tai Chi walking, I'm going to talk about taking the first step of the day. So we're going to connect those two in terms of mindfulness, because we are mindful of that first step of the day. It's just something to think about in terms of the Tai Chi walk, in terms of your first steps. Here we go. Walking on the earth is a miracle. Each mindful step reveals the wondrous Dharmakaya. Now, I'm not a Buddhist practitioner, so I don't know what Dharmakaya means. However, I'll look that up, get that out to folks. However, I do entreat you to check it out so we can get the full explanation. But it's more than likely going to be about the way you live your life every day, talking about the living Dharma. Okay, so this poem can be recited as we get out of bed and our feet touch the floor. Can also be used during walking meditation or any time we stand up and walk. Walking on the earth is a miracle. We do not have to walk in space or on water to experience a miracle. The real miracle is to be awake in the present moment. Walking on the green earth, we can realize the wonder of being alive. If we make steps like this, the sun of the Dharmakaya will shine. So it seems like we're going to have to know what that means, but you feel me. Walking on the earth is a miracle. Each mindful step reveals the wondrous Dharmakaya. Present moment, wonderful moment. Okay, today we're going to read from the Masnavi as translated by Jawid Mojaddedi. It's a Sufi text from Rumi. Here we go. Wisdom from the sages of the ages. All right. The escape of the merchant's parrot. So we're catching it in the middle. So we're just going to roll. When he saw her look like she'd nearly died, he tore his jacket open and then cried, "Oh, darling parrot, sweeter than a kiss. What's happened to you? Why are you like this? My sweet-voiced bird, please say it's not the end. Alas, my confidant and closest friend. My parrot had a singing voice so fine and smelt like basil. She was my soul's wine. If Solomon had had a bird so rare, he'd have forgotten all the rest, I swear. Alas, this bird for whom I didn't pay, which led me then to easily turn away. Oh, tongue, you hurt so many everywhere. Since you keep talking, what can I declare? Oh, tongue, you're like both fire and stacks of hay. How long will you set them alight this way? The soul mourns secretly because of you, although it does the things you tell it to. But you are treasure too, which will endure, as well as pain for which there is no cure. Just like the hunter's whistle, you deceive. but then console the trapped birds when they grieve. How long will you keep offering sanctuary, you who in hatred draw your bow at me? You've made my bird fly off due to distrust. Stop acting like you're born to be unjust. Please answer me or let me have redress, or give me reasons to feel happiness. Alas, that light which burnt the dark away. Alas, the dawn that brightened every day. Alas, that bird which flew so beautifully from one end to the other, deep in me. Until the end, heart, sing my lovesick grief. I swear until in hardship for relief. I fled from pain through love of your kind face. Then in your stream of scum, I felt no trace. I cry, imagining you in the distance, while cut off from my blissful past existence. God's jealousy the cause, what can one do? Which heart by his love wasn't torn in two. Since he's alone beyond all other things, our explanations and our mutterings, would that my tears were waves of a vast sea that spread on my beloved constantly. My parrot was a most perceptive bird, translator of my thoughts that were unheard. My lot and what would be held back as well. Right from the very start, she could foretell. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with me today, taking the time, having some space. Want y'all to really let these movements get into your body. Sit in with them, let them speak through you. This is a cycle of movements connected to the cosmos, connected to your inner organs and their interrelationship with one another. We do them in this order slowly and repetitively so that it is a way to heal and a way to know and remember yourself, and a way to connect to the cosmos inside and outside. A way to remember through the breathing, through the movement, that you are sovereign over this universe. These billion trillion cells respond to you. And with the work that you put in, you will be able to connect to them, not just as a body, a muscle, of that, you want to refer to it as yours because you occupy it. It is you, you are it, you share the space with billions of beings and microbes that have all consolidated to make you, you. And when we're able to have that internal harmony, we then are able to spread that everywhere we go because our gut and our heart radiate. And we touch, and those frequencies share with everyone around us. And so I entreat you that if you want to see a different world from the one that we have, spend this next month. You don't have to spend it with us, but I love that you do, or you would. Look inside and really see what kind of world is going on inside you. And then I ask you to make a consistent commitment to a lifestyle change. And you'll see that what's happening outside of you will respond. That's approved. Teacher to student, student to teacher. To the ancestors, Ashe. Paying homage and bearing witness to our eternal witnesses, the earth and the sky, we give thanks. I appreciate your presence and your attention. The things that you truly have to give. I'm grateful you chose to share them with me. That's approved. We will see you all soon. Peace to you. Ankh Jasaneb, life, health, and strength, and prosperity. All things are within your grasp. Take what you need, share with others. Wealth is meaningless without the masses. So if you've been blessed to be wealthy, in any way wealth manifests for you. If you cannot help the masses, then we would say that you are not wealthy. We would say that you are impoverished, that you are poor. Thank you, Hatem.